All right, guys, Good Boy 32 here. Check it out. Received a package about a month ago from a company called Sharp's Rifle Company. They wanted to send me a bolt carrier group to test. And I was like, fine, send it on over here and we'll take a look at it and run it like a dog. Well, in any case, let me tell you a little bit about the company. Sharp's Rifle Company is out of Wyoming. They manufacture some pretty cool individual stuff. One being the 223 rifle, a 25-45 Sharps, which is pretty cool because you can utilize it for hunting. A lot of states don't allow you to use a 223 for deer hunting, but you can go ahead and set it up for a 25-45 and a 300 blackout. So what do I want to do that's a little bit different from other individuals' reviews of this bolt carrier group? Because I've seen all the reviews. That's the first thing we do is we take a look at the other reviews so that we can kind of figure out what are the differences. So let's talk about this. The Sharp Extreme Performance Bolt. That's what this is. This carrier group complete is precisely machined from S7 tool steel. The XBP undergoes a 24-hour thermal cycle proprietary heat treatment and is finished with a diamond-like coating. Right now they got it on sale for like $170. I've got a couple different uppers over here, and I want to make sure that we can see everything going on. This is a backup competition rifle. This is one of my home defense firearms. And of course, we got the Mark 12. All of these rifles have, in effect, one thing. These are all nickel boron bolts. Now, let me go ahead and show you. This specific bolt right here, this is a WMD bolt, and it is nickel boron. Okay, so we're going to set that aside. This is also a WMD bolt, and it is nickel boron. And then this bolt right here is the AIM Surplus. And I want you to take a look at that nasty character. All right, so one of the things that we can be assured of is that, well, I don't do a whole lot of cleaning. And that is one of the things that, well, you know, if you're busy, you may not have the time to take care of these things. Go ahead and line those up, because once I mate a bolt carrier group to a rifle, I do not change the bolt carrier group unless there's a... Let's talk about the Extreme Bolt Performance Bolt. The Sharp's Extreme Performance Bolt Carrier Group has the same design as a balanced bolt carrier group, and it's precisely machined from S7 tool steel. Now I'm reading some of this off because I want to be detailed in it. So let's take a real quick look at this thing. We'll clear all these rifles out, but I want you to take a look. Look at that guy. I like it. First of all, I was real impressed. I love that it's got this little etched in area. But guys, yeah, here's the difference. I took this thing out. I've actually run about 500 rounds before a competition, ran about 200 rounds during a competition, and just the other day, I put another 300 rounds to it. So we've got approximately 1,000 rounds to this guy. And what did we do? I basically just sprayed it down with a little bit of rim oil, and that was it. So we're going to show you some of the attributes that are specific to this bolt. But before we do that, let's go ahead and talk about S7. Shock-resisting tool steel. All right, what is S7 tool steel? Well, it's a shock-resisting tool steel is an air or oil hardening tool steel that is characterized by very high impact toughness. The combination in high toughness makes it a candidate for a wide variety of tooling applications. All right, so basically this is not just used for bolt carrier groups. Now, a lot of the other groups, bolt carrier groups out there are made of 4140 tool steel. Now, what's the biggest difference? I'm going to go over that real quick. I'm going to put a little table over here to the side. There are several different types of steel across the board. All right, so 4140 steel is heated to 1575 Fahrenheit. The S7 steel is heated to 1750 Fahrenheit. When they do critical temperatures for a period of minutes, 4140 is held to 3 to 5 minutes. S7 is held to 10 to 30 minutes. How do they quench it? Well, they quench in the following. Quench oil, keep parts moving is in the 4140, and the S7 is still air. Set part on a fire brick and let it cool, and yes, this is a quench. Basically, to temper by heating to draw temperature over an oven for 2 hours, let the part slow cool. And the tempering heats for 4140 is 300 to 800, where the S7 steel is 300 to 1000. Now, I know that was boring, but a lot of people don't know what S7 steel is, and I wanted to define that for you. All right, you want to talk about hardness? Well, let's talk about this. There's a thing called hardness RC, okay? And basically what that means is that 4140 steel at 800 degrees Fahrenheit achieves a 40 RC, and the S7 achieves a RC of 53, and even up to 1,000 degrees of 51. So there you go. Pretty cool stuff. Good information for you to learn. All right, so let's move forward. All right, so basically the XBP undergoes a 24-hour thermal cycle proprietary heat treatment and is finished with a diamond-like coating. Now, this is the separation between these nickel borons and this guy right here. So what I'm going to do now is I want to go ahead, I'm going to take all these uppers out, I'm going to go ahead and isolate this, and let's say we'll pick a WMD and the AIM surplus there. And I'm going to show you the characteristics of the diamond-like coating. Stand by. All right, guys, so what is a diamond-like coating? Well, basically what it is, and if you're like me, I'm going, okay, diamond-like coating. It sounds like something off of an info commercial, but basically what it is a coating that is derived from the elements of amorphous carbon, and it's material to display some of the typical properties of a diamond. I mean, basically the diamond-like coating is usually applied as coatings to other materials that could benefit from these properties. All right, so talking about different applications other than a bulk carrier group. And also, diamond-like coatings are used in motorsports, super sport motorcycles, Formula One race cars. NASCAR uses this thing. Coatings on hard disk platters and hard disk red heads to protect against head crashes. I mean, pretty cool stuff. Virtually all the multi-bladed razors use some type of diamond-like coating. All right, so what does a diamond-like coating do? Well, it reduces the friction. The benefits: increases the lifetime in articles coated with DLC or diamond-like coatings, increases the lifetime, well, by 80%. All right, so what's diamond-like coating mean for you? Basically, it extends the life of the BCG, and essentially what that does is it means that you could take a coating for a piece of steel from being untreated, it would last a week. Being treated with diamond-like coating, it would last over a year with the same usage. All right, so now that we've gone ahead and we've discussed this particular type of bulk carrier group and what it's made of, let's do a real quick comparison of its ability to come clean. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to take, let's take this guy right here. She looks like she's pretty dirty. Well, yeah, I guess you guys are going to give me all kinds of crap for this, but let's take a look at this thing. First of all, I'm going to grab just a simple paper towel. We're going to do a swipe test, and I want to show you, from what I understand, I have not tested this out, that these things come clean just by wiping them off with a paper towel. Stand by. All right, so I've got a couple different pieces of paper towel out here, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a swipe, let's just say across this section right here. And this is a WMD bolt. And this one is fairly clean. I think I've actually cleaned this guy, so it doesn't have a whole lot to prove. I do love the way WMDs look, and I like that nickel boron finish. Very shiny. So you can see right there. Now the interesting tale is, let's take this particular one. This is another WMD, and I'm going to hit it in this area right here. Now, is it coming clean? Yeah, but you know what? In order to really make it come clean, you've got to hit it with some kind of degreaser or carbon cutter. But as you can see, it's coming clean pretty nicely without any problems. Look at that. The AIM surplus nickel boron, I've had this one for a long time, as you can see. Look at that thing, man. I'm kind of embarrassed. But the finish on their nickel boron stuff is kind of a faded area, as you can see right there. It really rub, and it's still leaving some residue. Oh my God, look at that bolt. I'm surprised that gun even ran. All right, so now let's take a look at the diamond-like coating. And it'd be nice if it was shiny, because you could really tell the difference, but running across right there, and let's take a look right across the gas key. Let's take a look at that. There you go. I'm not having to press on it as much. I'll go ahead and pull the bolt out. Take a look at that. And you know, because that AIM surplus bolt hasn't been pulled apart in probably God knows how long. Come on. And this is the one that I was firing this last week. All right, so first of all, one of the things you can tell that's different on the bolts is the effect of the locking lugs are trimmed up, as you can see right there. And what that does is it prevents any kind of mishap. If this thing's not aligned perfectly, it'll just shove on in there. Is where these guys right here, they are flat. They're traditional M-spec. So let's go ahead and take a look at that thing. Oh my, I'm surprised that rifle ran. But in any case, let's go ahead and take a look at this thing. Like I said, there's been 1,000 rounds run through this guy. And what we're going to do is we're just going to rub it down without using any type of solvent. Not bad. Now, This is the nickel boron. This is not really fair test, but in any case, yeah. This guy right here is a disaster. Wow. Look at that. All right, so you can tell the difference. Ease of cleaning, that thing looks like it hasn't even been used. It's pretty nice. I don't have a whole lot of carbon built up right here, and that's it. So anyway, there's your difference. The Diamond-Like coating's easier to clean. I know this is probably not a fair test with that AIM surplus. I don't think I've ever cleaned it in the last 2 or 3 years. All right, guys, so basically that's it. We've broken this thing down as far as we're going to go. What if I can tell you right now is that it is a phenomenal bolt. I do like the Diamond-Like coating, I think, better than the nickel boron. It is a slick little deal. And yes, easy to clean. And you can just look at that. The sheen on it is absolutely beautiful. I had a failure to lock back at least once, but that was not the fault of the bolt carrier group or the bolt. And like I said, I've run the daylights out of this thing. I ran it in a competition. That's, you know what, to run a bolt from the time that I zeroed the rifle to the point where I finished up. And one of the things that did run reliably for me was the rifle in that competition. And we had one stage where we actually ran through 70 rounds was the minimum round count for that stage in the AR alone. All right, so basically the bolt itself is an S7 steel. It's shot peen and Diamond-Like coated, so you can see here. Now, the bolt carrier is also S7 steel. It's shot peened and is also coated with the Diamond-Like coating. The gas key is 4130 steel attached with grade 8 hardware, properly staked, and also has the Diamond-Like coating. The cam pin is 4340 steel, manganese phosphate coated, so you can see that that is not Diamond-Like coating. The firing pin is made of 8740 steel, centerless ground, and hard chrome coated. They put a lot of effort in making things right here. All right, getting the nuts and bolts of the bolt itself. Let's go ahead and pull it apart. The extractor is 4340 steel manganese phosphate. The ejector is S7 shot peen and manganese phosphate coated. And the extractor is also S7. The mil spec extractor and ejector springs and firing pins, retaining pins, and gas rings. Look at that. So one of the other items is when they do the MPT and the HPT testing, it is done in batches. So they basically, what they do is out of a group of maybe, I don't know what their specifications call for, but out of 10, they'll grab one and do the magnetic particle and test it and high pressure testing to it. But look at, one of the things that I love to do is just spin that bad boy in there and see how it rolls. Now the gas rings look like they're in good shape. There you go. I don't know about you guys, but I just sit here and look at that thing all day long. I love the speed cuts right here, and I also love this extended section right here, because what that does is when this thing feeds back into the buffer tube, it doesn't allow for any movement back here. So once it goes inside, it's snug and tight. So when the bolt carrier goes back, there's not any movement in there. That's prolonging the life. Let's go ahead and put this thing back together real quickly. So if you want to just take a look at some of the details, look at that. And the way that lighting is hit, you can pick up on all of it. Look at the staking on the gas key all the way across. Bottom side of it, I'm not seeing anywhere right here where it impacts the trigger or the hammer. Let's go ahead and turn it over. That's called the Reliabolt. Very nice. Very clean, very easy to maintain. Matte black. And that's it. All right, guys. Well, that's it. That is my review of the Sharps Rifle Company bolt carrier group with the Diamond-Like coating. This, again, this is the Extreme Performance bolt carrier group. Very nicely done. It comes with a lifetime warranty. And if you have any questions, comments, please don't hesitate in leaving them down there. And always remember, American made. God bless America. God bless those men, women in uniform 24/7 for our freedom. This freedom comes in a nice bolt carrier group that gets the job done. It's Good Boy 32.